to be one of the roughest boom tube trips of all time. But here we are, Monday, do. It is Monday, and you may be surprised that deep from a secret location in downtown St. John's, Newfoundland comes a special Monday edition of In the Library of Graphic Literature with me, Wallace Ryan. So anyway, you may be saying to yourself, has Wallace lost his mind? Has he lost his calendar? Has he lost his way? It's Monday. What's he doing here? Well, last week, as you all know, I did a special 50th anniversary show for, and just basically gave you a tour of the library here. The tea is good here today, by the way. And anyway, and that was it. But I did get in some new books, so I figured, well, I kind of got to do it anyway now, because I feel kind of bad not having done it. And leaving some people in the lurch who may have been expecting me to show you some new stuff. So it's only a couple of books here, but I figured I'd do a special miniature edition of In the Library of Graphic Literature for you. Oh, hang on a second, let's give the old... Oh, that's so nice, isn't it? Anyway, first off, from one of my favorite underground cartoonists of all time, the Robert Crumb Sketch Book, Volume 4. Woo! Now, I don't get a lot of art books per se, like sketchbooks and all that of most artists, but with Crumb, I kind of had to. He's the angst, the absolute terror of being Robert Crumb. I've always found fascinating. And to me, he really does represent the heart of the underground movement. Possibly one of the freest movements that I can remember in comics. Anyway, it's basically a load of sketches, some comics, stuff like that. So they're pretty cool. I like them. And being a bit of a sketcher myself, I love doing a bit of sketching. And so when I seen this, had to get them. Now this is the second edition, I do believe, of this from Taschen. The other ones are pretty hard to find, the originals, but they re-released them, so I figured, okay, I'll get them. And I love that cartoon on the back. And what I like about these is the sketchbook look to it, right? So let's get a closer look at Mr. Robert Crumb. So some things are just straight out sketches, some are little studies, some are comments. But I mean, the man is a supreme draftsman. I know some people think that he's a bit weird, maybe even sick. But hey, can the guy draw? And he draws from the soul. As an artist, there's not many out there, especially today, there's not many out there who really draw from the soul like Robert. Mobius maybe, you know, and the like. Anyway, so Robert Crumb Sketchbook Volume 4. Not for the faint of heart out there. I don't know. You know, these days you're not sure how people will be offended by different things. Me, it takes a lot to offend me. Oh, always thought actually being a cartoonist, half your job was to get people angry. I kind of enjoyed that part of it. Anyway, let's, we'll dig through a couple of these. Oh yeah, from Morrison and Dan Moore, Klaus, the New Adventures of Santa Claus, who does exist, by the way, just so any of you out there, any young folks out there, this is the true story of Santa Claus. All this stuff really happened. But yeah, anything by Grant Morrison to me, I usually pick up just the name alone. I mean, I've always liked everything he's done and stuff like that, so why not? Now this little sweet little book here is DC Comics before Superman. Major Malcolm Wheeler Nicholson's Pulp Comics. Written by Nicky Wheeler Nicholson. I'm sure no relation. But this basically is a collection, and it's a book about and a collection of a lot of the pre-Superman comics. Right, because obviously DC had been on the go for a while before that. And when I seen it, it was just like, oh, I have to get this. I love anything historical. Besides, when I started the library, I wanted to assemble books of quality, but also any books that had historical significance or carried some historically significant material. Now this, of course, has a lot of books, a lot of chatter in it, but then it has Barry O'Neill here. And Bob Merritt. I guess a lot of Bobs. Oh, the blood pearls. So yeah, some pretty cool looking stuff anyway. So yeah, some really cool stuff. Give you a little journey there to the turn of the last century. So check it out, folks. DC Comics before Superman. Now, last and definitely not least for today, because a lot of you out there know what a nut I am for Mobius. I love Mobius. And I love the Mobius library from Dark Horse Comics. Good job, folks. You're doing a great job. Loving what I'm seeing. To Philip and Diana and all you folks, keep up the great work. I'm loving these books. I'm hoping you guys are going to do a collection of Arzak and of course the Airtight Garage. Got to be done. You got to. You just got to. So, hang on a second. And this is just in time too, as I finished off part 2 last night. And I'm just dying to get at this. This, of course, is different from the usual Mobius fare. It's drawn in a lot more of a, it's drawn a lot quicker, drawn in a lot more of an immediate style than what we're used to from Mobius. But basically, inside Mobius, it's basically an internal tale. It's Mobius from the inside out. And for you Mobius fans out there, you got to get this. I mean, I knew for years this was out there, and I kept praying and wishing and hoping, you know, all that kind of stuff. And just had to do it. And eventually, someone answered our prayers, and Dark Horse started to put out the Mobius library. And when I seen Inside Mobius was going to be part of it, I almost fainted. Almost. But anyway, so I'll show you the close-up. And of course, great production values. Like I say, it may not be for everyone out there. Some of you superhero lovers may not be big into this, but to me, anyone say who reads Vertigo comics or anything a little different, this is so well worth getting. Inside Mobius. He was the man. So I'm not sure which ones are coming out after this, but hopefully you folks there to Dark Horse will be making an announcement soon as to what the next volume is in the Mobius library. Because God knows, I'm going crazy here, wondering what you're going to put out. So, and I guess, I don't know if you've all noticed the change in lighting here. That's because I'm shooting this, because most times I shoot the show, it's like around 10 o'clock at night on Thursday nights. But this is about 5 o'clock Newfoundland Standard Time out here on the far reaches of North America. And it's actually not a bad day. The sun's shining in. That's why I figured I got to do it now, because I got some nice light. Anyway, that's that's the couple of books there from last week. So I hope you enjoyed hearing about them as much as I enjoyed talking about them. And please keep them cards and letters coming, and them comments. I live off the comments. As everyone knows who posts questions or whatever to the YouTube videos, I will respond. I try to make it a point to respond to everyone's comments and all that, and answer any questions you may have. So feel free to join in the discussion, and also I take requests, suggestions, anything but requests, especially if you want me to do a special show on something and you want to dedicate that show to someone. I'll do it in your name for you, free of charge. So great birthday present to any comic book fan. Oh yeah? Okay, time to go. It's time for supper. We got to teach in about 2 hours. Teaching some figure drawing. Ooh, okay. Okay, thank you very much, and I'll see you in a few days. Keep on reading. Ooh, ah, ah.